Welcome to the NootCast. This is December time. It's freezing cold. I'm not liking how cold it is, man. Oh, I hate this. I hate how cold it is. But welcome to another episode. I'm PenPen The Vtuber. I present here the NootCast. This time we haven't got a guest. So this is always what's made it very difficult to do the NootCast, is talking by myself for half an hour to an hour. It's not an easy thing to do. If you ever try it, it is hard, but it is fun, and it gives me a chance to say a lot of things that I want to say. Yeah, there's a lot of things I want to talk about, a lot of things I've been seeing, a lot of things I've been enjoying. So, and especially because I've been on break. I've been on break for 1 week, and within that break, I made sure I didn't stream. And, well, did I stop making content? No. You know what I end up doing? I end up sorting out clips, which is cool. I like doing clips. And I end up, well, I did the NootCast last time. It was part of the, it gave me the time to do the NootCast again. And we end up having a guest for the first time, which is something I wanted to do. And it's kind of one of the things that I took away from doing my break, is that I want to experiment a bit more about what we can do for a lot of the streams, a lot of the ideas going forward, because I want to keep it fresh. I want to keep it exciting. I want to keep it fun. And you'll be seeing that coming forward. I've got some ideas over the winter, over the December, over the freezing cold. And one of them is not put a coat on because it is freezing. I forgot to put it in on this morning. But I've got some ideas. And, for this week's schedule, I've created like the silly stream. And the silly stream will be a collection of silly games, silly ideas, and just going for complete fun, because I think that's one thing as creators that we forget is have fun. Like, I enjoy streaming so much, and it always brings me back to the enjoyment side, enjoying games with people. And that's always a big part of what I do is this fun? How can I have fun? So we're going to be talking a bit about that. Before I go into that, obviously, and I wanted to talk about MCM. I've done MCM, and I just want to talk a bit about that because I enjoy my conventions. It's been the first time in ages that I've actually visited a con, if that makes sense. I don't usually visit conventions. It's been a while. I usually run the stall, I run the panels, and my brain's always thinking about that. I'm always like, right, next stream, next panel, next convention. Lots of next. It's never living in the moment, and that's something I need to sort out. But that's why I've got this cool shirt. If you wonder about this cool shirt, I'm wearing it because I've got it at MCM. And because I'm not a live person, I'm an anime character, it's cool that I could put a shirt on like this. I bought a shirt in real life and put it into the digital world. How cool is that? But this was done by Virtual Echo. If I'll pop like something on the screen at some point to do with it. So, you may or may not be able to tell I've got the sniffles. So, I've been on break and I don't cope with this cold very well. So, I can't be sorting out stuff to try and make it a little bit easier. But I want to talk a bit about my break. My break, it was a fun one. I enjoyed it. It was a nice way to rest. I ended up doing some research. I ended up listening to an audiobook. And this audiobook was really, really good. I'm going to try and find the name of it because I really want to try and push, like, hey, look, this is quite cool. And usually I don't listen to books. It's been a while since I've listened to books. I don't like reading books, okay? I think many people know that I'm not a person that likes reading. This is why I don't do many, how can I put it? I don't do many RPGs because I'm not a person that likes reading books. It's just, the book I read were the book I listened to. I've got to remember, listen. It's an audiobook pen. You don't read an audiobook. Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. There you go. What I call. There you go. Right. All that just for that. Right. I listened to a book. Right. But it made me refresh a bit of the idea process of some of the things that I do. So one of these things I've always felt like is I come up with some amazing ideas. And these ideas are huge. Like, I've got some major ideas. Whether they work or not, I don't know. I don't care. And it's kind of like solidified that in, what I've learned off, being off stream, off screen for a bit was it's all right not doing these ideas. Because I've always felt quite guilty that I've got these big ideas and I want to do them. And you can probably tell out of my sheets that I'm always trying like, oh, what can I do? Oh, can I do add a bit of this? Oh, can I add a bit of this? I always try to add a little extra spice. I always try to be like, oh, what can I do? Oh, and to be fair, I've been working for ages on the idea of doing a new YouTube channel for little bits. And I'm like, oh, I really want to do that. Oh, I'll put these new games and suggestions idea and bits like that. And it's hard. It feels like, I've got all these great ideas. But A, I haven't got the time. B, I just haven't got the energy. And that's why I took the break, because I did have a bit of burnout, because energy-wise, it was getting tough. It's so if you do ever feel like you need a break, just take a break. It does you a world of good. And it definitely did me world good. But also, on this break, I had more ideas. I had so many more ideas. So I will be working on them. Okay, I've just said about how I don't have the time. I'll be taking it easy. I'll be trying to do them in my spare time. I will be working on stuff like YouTube. I've got a new idea for a new book I want to do. Because I just want to try and do this new book. I've got a couple of convention ideas that I'll be working on, but that'll be in the new year. That one. I've got a convention idea that I'm working on. So I've got a lot of stuff in my brain, and you can hear my mouth can't keep up my brain at times. It's quite hilarious. You probably hear it. And this, just so you know, this podcast will go off the rails. I don't know where it's headed. I don't know what we'll talk about. I just thought, you know what? I want to record the podcast today, and I want to talk about what's going on in my head and just do it. And that's what we're doing today. This is what we're doing. But bring it back to the point, the book. The book was about ideas passing through us, about, sometimes the idea is not for you, and you have the idea, and you got to let it go, and bits like that. And there's been a few ideas that I've had to do that with. And there's a few ideas that I'm trying to work out how to do. And I end up putting pressure on myself, and it's kind of like the end result thing again. Just doing it for the fun of it. Like, there's no prouder moment than getting an idea out and doing it. It makes sense. So, one of the big ideas, one of the ideas that worked was being a VTuber. There was no concept of like, hey, I want to go as a VTuber. And that's really made me quite proud. It's like, okay, you know what? This idea was just a random idea of like, hey, I'll do webcomics. Let's go and do this VTuber stuff. And it's kind of, this is a bit more like a talk to myself, like to go like, hey, look, you done a good job, mate. you not only did you learn how to be a VTuber, you did it, and you went on and done some awesome stuff. So it's led on to so many things. And so one of the big ideas was obviously the game for stream that we're doing. I got some ideas for the rest of December. I want to try and work on like endurance stream. I want to do a big celebration. I know we're getting near to 1,000. I'm still trying to think what we could do for that. So if anyone has any ideas to any of this, it's literally going to be about like, hey, what can we do to celebrate some of the big goals and celebrate another year? Because what we got Christmas, we got 1,000 followers coming up. We got my stream anniversary, my birthday in January. So the stream anniversary, when I started being a streamer, is January. That's January 1st. Then we got my birthday in January as well. And then we got my affiliate on Twitch anniversary. So you got all 5 things coming out. And I've gone like, oh no, what am I meant to do? What am I meant to do, man? But it's funny because it's like, we'll find out. We'll work it out when it comes to it. There's no rush. You just gotta go with the flow of it. But yeah, but even if we don't do anything, and I've always felt one thing I've always felt guilty about is I've not ever celebrated enough some of the achievements. So I don't think we did anything for like 300 followers, 400 followers. I think we did something for 600. I don't think we did anything for 500. I'm trying to think now. My brain's gone like, Pen, what did you do for? I don't think we did anything for 800 or 900. And I always feel bad about that because it's such a big achievement. It's just something that I'm really, really proud of. Like, Who doesn't celebrate those? Like, who doesn't? And there's me like, oh yeah, I'll do something. I never did, so I do feel guilty about that. And that is a bit of an apology to everyone. Like, hey, sorry about that. Sorry. But I want to try and push ideas better. I want to try and be able to execute some of these things that go on in my head. I think that's a big thing I've had an issue with is running before I can walk, and especially a lot of the ideas. Wait, what one did I do? No, I did something for 600. I did 77 600. 600, I did 10 hours of Simpsons Hit and Run. That was a good stream, actually. That was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Which is why I want to do some longer streams. Just kind of like go, hey, look, should we just do something stupid? Because they are fun to do some of these stupid ideas. But also, it's always time as well. It's always balancing work. And I think that's one thing I didn't realise would be such a struggle is this balance. Like, balancing work and streaming and resting and another hobby that I've got going on, which is why we only do 3 streams, is because I'll clash. My new hobby that I'm trying out is clashing, and it is only trying out. It is just a matter of like, okay, with that, it's an idea I had. It's an itch I've got to scratch. Let's go for it. Let's see where it goes, and yeah. But it will never replace streaming. Streaming's become such a big part of me, and it's quite fascinating. How much this means to me. Like, I've had some bad days at work. I've had some bad days, and then you'll come onto stream. It's just been the most fun thing ever. And it's joined on that fun part. And the reason I mentioned about the book was it's about just creating. And I think that's the same with my comics. I think, my web comics, same with everything I've done. It's just, I've got an idea and I'm gonna do it. And that's the way things should be. That's the way things should be. You shouldn't end up thinking about the end result. And I know there's going to be people that resonate with that. Just create because we're creative people. I think I got caught up in that with some of my art. I think I got caught up that this stall as well. And I think it's a very easy thing to do. It is such an easy thing to do, is to get caught up in the results of things, especially with social media. I think social media has been a big factor as to compare as a content creator. And it's something I'm trying to train myself out of. Comparison. I think someone's told me like the comparisons is a killer of joy or something like that. And they're not wrong, actually. They're not wrong. And it's been fascinating, just thinking about that. Actually, you're right. You are kind of right. Like, the comparison side is definitely not a good thing to do. So, and I got guilty of it. I know I'm guilty of it in terms of so many aspects. And, let's go back to fun. It's, so this is where I think we're going to get a lot more ideas for me. Because I've got lots of ideas. I've been writing them all down. One thing I've done is I've been writing them down, all these ideas. And I think the big thing is, if you ever get an idea, write it down immediately. Write it goddamn down immediately. Why? Because do you know how many times I've had a goddamn idea and I thought it's the best idea in the world, and it's just gone. It's just gone. Okay? The idea never ever comes back, and that annoys me so much. To be fair, the guest idea, having guests that was actually by a really good friend of mine. She said about having guests, and that's something that I really glad. It took ages to get to that point. About getting guests, but it happens at its own time. The idea didn't go away, but some of my other ideas have just gone. Nah, mate. So if you ever see me like rush out of random ideas because I need to get this idea out before I forget. So I'm going to get out, see if there's any ideas I can talk about. One of the ideas actually was the anonymous questions. Obviously with suggestions and bits like that. I did anonymous messages. Like, hey, look, if you want to ask me a question, this is a way of doing it, basically. And that proved really successful. We got some questions, and I'm getting a load of questions which are absolute. I don't know if it's just the site I'm using not being very good, but I did get a beautiful message, and that beautiful message really inspired me massively. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, pen, where's it gone, mate? It was just a beautiful message. It's like, hey, you don't realise how much people appreciate you in the community, and I've had a few people tell me how you've made them want to become better people, how your kindness support helps them in online gaming. And I don't know who sent this. Not people still mention you and make friendly jokes and comments about you. You know, it was just about how much people appreciate me, and that message really rung true. You know, I needed that, and it was quite amazing. You know, it's just from a little idea. Cause, I always put suggestions out like, hey, what do you want as the next stream? What kind of things do you want to, do on stream? That's always been my thing. And it's part of the reason why we've turned away from the Stinkiest VTuber as like a predominant thing. Because I think people were worried about telling me like, hey, Pen, why not call yourself something different? Why not stop being the Stinkiest VTuber? So you will see a lot less of the Stinkiest VTuber. And because I do agree with them. There's a few people that mentioned to me like, hey, I'm really glad you moved away from Stinkiest VTuber. And I'm like, hey, what are you telling me before? I was happy to move away from it. But the joke ran its time. And, it pushed us in a different direction. Pushed us doing a lot of cool stuff. So this is why we've gone for the coolest penguin VTuber, which we do actually have. On Google, we are the coolest penguin VTuber. So I'll take that for the moment. Until we become the penguin VTuber. You know what I'm saying? When we type in Google penguin VTuber on the top, we'll take the coolest penguin VTuber. It's I don't know what it is about these titles. It's just funny to me. It's just funny to be at the top of something, But yeah. And the reason, obviously, people didn't want to tell me about the Stinkiest VTuber, but I had no hate to it at all. I'd be the same. You don't want to tell people how to do what they do. But that's why I did the anonymous thing. And I will keep it up for a bit longer. If people want want to talk about it, it's all good. But yeah, I did it so that we could call and kind of go like, hey, look, if you have something you want to say and you not sure, if you don't want to be me, you want to tell me it, but you don't want to be me to get grumpy at one person about it, then yeah, go for it. Yeah, I'm more than happy to, because I feel like, how can I put this? I'm trying to think. This is very weird of a podcast, and it's more of like just me ranting about absolute rubbish. I'm not gonna lie. I think what it is. I want everyone to be included in the streaming journey. I have a fantastic community, and they mean a lot to me. They say such amazing things, and and I want people to be part of that journey. I want people to be to give their opinions about how streams go, what we can do differently, and one of the big ones was this new streaming model. So if you've noticed, I've changed the model a lot. There's been a lot of different shading. There's been a lot of different tone changes. The hair's different. I think if you look over there, if you're listening to this on Spotify, I do apologize because you're not gonna be able to see any of this. But that was always like, well, I like this bit, I like that bit. So I always asked a lot of people their feedback, like, what do you prefer? Because I want people to feel included, and people give me some ideas for different things. And we have got a new model coming out. I say a new model. I've got a new model every damn stream. It feels like it's a different shirt, but yeah, literally we got a different other little models in the works at the moment, and I don't want to spoil it because one of them will be in the city stream. So one of them will be in city stream. I don't know if one will be out will be out already. Actually, I think one of them might be out already. By the time I post this will be posted on Wednesday. I'm recording this on the Monday because the opportunity opened up. I could do this on a Monday. And I thought about doing it today, or I thought about doing it tomorrow. I wasn't 100% sure. So, we'll see. But I do have bigger ideas for some of the model ideas as well. So, and I think that's kind of the interesting thing about being a creative person, about streaming. You never know if things will work. And you'll see this with people's streams anyway, the tech issues. There's been a lot of things that I've done which have been tech issues many times. I don't know if people remember about like the hand tracking. The hand tracking never worked well. It never worked well. I know it never did, and I wish it did. And I've tried out this new software, which is brilliant. People use this software; it's so good, but I can't get it to work. So you never know if an idea's gonna work. But the fact you're trying these ideas, I think people should be proud, especially as creators. You just never know if anything's gonna work. And because you never know if it's going to work, that's kind of the magic of it all. You know, you're always going down this magical road, not knowing, what is it? So I say about a phase of like, when you're driving on the motorway at night, you can only see, 10 foot in front of you? But you still make it to your destination. You can only see what's immediately in front of you. You can never see the end goal. You can never see the big picture. You can never see the end. And that's kind of the beauty of it, you know. That's kind of the beauty of life is, you know, there's a lot of things on the side of the road that we do miss because it's dark at night or whatever. And that's kind of where I'll be talking a little bit about on the next part. Yeah, when we talk about MTM, is some of these things that we don't recognise. But, you know, there's a lot of things that we don't recognise when we go along this journey. And it's wonderful when you do what I did, park the car, take a step back and have a look at your surroundings, because I found so much beauty in what I do, in other people. It's been incredible to kind of like take this break. And it sounds silly, and I don't know why I'm doing this, really. This is just kind of like, I just want to rant. I just want to talk. That's all I want to do. And whether this video gets any views, I don't know, don't care. This is just for me. This is just for me to talk to everyone. And to kind of like go, hey, look, I'm a person with emotions. How cool is that? Is that actually, you know what? It's weird. I'm not a very emotional person. I say I'm not emotional. Thick in it, Pen. I'm not emotional in negative emotions. So usually you can see me get angry at times. Okay, that happens. I get very happy, excited. You know, I've compared myself to having like 10 Red Bulls at once. Go, chuk, 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 chuk. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's so exciting. But emotional like this, it's kind of different, you know. Yeah, it's just a different emotion. This is very much like a very emotional emotion. If that emotion makes emotional sense to you. It's like really nice. This actually helped me out a lot, to be fair. It's getting my thoughts in order, and this is not not the podcast is meant to be about. But it kind of is now. So this is what today's episode is about. This is PenPen talking trash on the internet. Because he wants to talk absolute trash. But there's been amazing people that have helped me out this week, and it's been wonderful. Just take the break, work on a couple things, and coming back to the streaming, I will be obviously doing 3 streams this week. Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. I've got work Tuesday, Wednesday, and on Friday, Saturday. I've got the hobby thing that I'm busy with, so another project. So that's my evenings. But this is where I want to talk a bit about during the day. During the day, I'll be working on other projects. So I want to sort out a new YouTube channel with some stuff. I will be filming immediately after this. I'll be making a cup of tea. I may go get some lunch first, and then I'll come back and I'll start filming for this new channel. And it will be an idea that I've mentioned, and I think a lot of people will be upset that I haven't done this idea. So basically on YouTube, I want to try and do some more gaming videos. I understand not everyone could do 9 o'clock at night. So at 9 o'clock tonight, 3 hours, I stream. But people miss that. So I want to give people the option to go, hey, look, if 3 hour streams are too long for you, if the VODs are too long, let's do some YouTube videos. Let's show you off some games. Because another thing is, I don't think some games are good for streaming. Like, they're great games, and I want to share them. Do they work for my for my streams, for my community? Probably not, but I just want to play some games. And I find I like playing games with a purpose. And if that's making content to play these games, I think that kind of works. Because I think when you get boring and old like me, I'll say I'm old. Pen, shut up, you're not old, mate. But you end up trying to find reasons to play games. For some people, I know I'm one of them. I like to have a purpose to see things, and for me, my purpose is just to make content to entertain people, and that's kind of like one of the big things that I enjoy about streaming is I'm getting to entertain so many people with the games. One of the big games that people didn't know about was Fast Penguin. It's been Do you know how wonderful it's been seeing people play that and enjoy that? Like, no one ever thought or spoke about the game. No one still talks about the game. I saw, who did I see play it? I saw 2 streamers play it, and I think one was Silvervale and one was Doki Bird. And I love watching Doki Bird play it. You know. But guess what? No, I don't see anyone else playing it. And now I've got a community that all play it. I've seen other streamers play it. And you know how wonderful that is? It's so cool to see people loving a game that I recommended on stream. And they've all gone, yeah, let's play it. Let's all play it. And they've all enjoyed it. And that's wonderful to me. You know, so I want to try and show off some more games that I think no one plays and no one knows about. And show them off, like, in this short form content sort of situation. I say short form, it's not going to be TikToks. It's not going to be the YouTube shorts or the Instagram grams or whatever, reels. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's going to be not 3 hours long. I want to try and cut them to about half an hour to an hour. And there's a lot of ideas like that. You know, I think there's a lot of games which I want to share. And I don't do enough streams. I do not do enough streams during the week. And, yo, if I could stream more, I would. You know that. But I want to keep it at the same time because I like that. I like keeping the same time. Especially because I can keep thinking about it after work. So I come home after work. I've done my 10-hour shift. I'm grumpy, sod. And we can go straight to the stream and go, oh my God, it was here. It's so exciting, isn't it? I'm trying not to shout. But I know I'm going to shout. I know I'm going to shout. Because I'm passionate. What's the idea of this? So yeah, it's an idea that I've had for ages. And my point being was like, I know I've mentioned it numerous times. I think there's so many ideas that I've mentioned to people in the community and to others. Like, hey, look, what's a great idea? It hasn't happened. It's collab ideas as well. There's been big collab ideas that I've had. And they've just gone. It just got and just won't work for me. And I felt bad when I see other people do them. It's like, oh, my idea. But yeah, I shouldn't feel bad because at least the idea's coming out. I think that's a big thing. So I do feel if they are listening, I moaned at someone for me, you know, saying that sort of thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, because I had the idea of the VTuber Olympics where we get VTubers to collab and we all play like games that are more focused on focus on sport games to try and build up an Olympic thing. I mentioned on stream numerous times that people love the idea, but trying to get people together for these things is hard. Another one was a racing idea, doing like a racing championship thing with VTubers. You know, just hard to get these people together. Like, it's hard. But it is a big idea that I was able to do was TCG card shop sim. And, you know, that mod is pretty much done. It's pretty much done now. I'm not going to be doing anything with it anymore. Yeah, I'm not on the hunt for new VTubers. You know, if people want to be part of it, I can mod them into the game easy. But, yeah, you know what? If people want to be part of that, just say. You know, otherwise, if people want the mod, talk to me. We'll work something out. And we'll make it work. But that's something I was very proud of. That was an idea after seeing the Pokemon TCG card shop mod. And now I've got to see V Shoujo's do it. I saw V Shoujo doing theirs, and I thought, that's so cool, man. I saw V Shoujo after I created my mod, okay? I want to tell you that. That was a week or two after mine. But it was nice to see. I could have been petty. I could have gone, oh, V Shoujo stole my idea. But you know what? No, not at all. I'm really proud to see that not only did my idea work for so many VTubers, and for me to find out so many other VTubers as well, but for V Shoujo to do theirs as well. So these VTuber card idea coming out, you know, actually flourishing, so it's cool. But yeah, the break's been very enlightening for me in so many ways, and you know, we will be going into the part now where we talk about a bit about MCM Comic Con Birmingham. But yeah, so I just feel so much better about myself. I feel so much better. I've got so much more. I don't feel as bad about not being able to do the ideas that I've wanted to do. And I understand sometimes it will take a long time to do some of these ideas. One thing I used to do is put a time pressure. I must do this new YouTube channel by the end of the month and stuff like that. A little bit like I want to open a shop. I want to open an online shop. Okay, I do a lot of stuff at conventions, and it annoys me I can't sell stuff online as easy. And there's a lot of reasons for that, and a lot of things I need to sort out. One of them is storage, for example. I haven't got storage for all my stock, so it's all very difficult to get to. But it will happen. These things will happen when they happen, And I think that's the big thing, is not putting the pressure on myself and not feeling bad about it. I will try my best to sort out the online shop, and I know there's a lot of people that would want that, So I do some I do some merch at the stores. I do the stickers, do the badges, do the charms, blah 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 blah. But I haven't got round to it, and I really wish I did. So once I go out the postage stuff, that's a big thing in my brain that I can't deal with, is postage. But that's another thing another day. The YouTube channel, we are getting sorted, and I'm determined to get it sorted. Even if it isn't, I will try and work my hardest to get these things done. But obviously, if they don't happen, they don't happen. I'll feel better about that. But we do have some ideas of streams. Silly Sunday will be part of that. We'll be having some new models come out for Christmas. But I've got to think hard about Christmas. Like, what do we want to do? Like, how is anyone celebrating Christmas? If you're a creator, if you're a VTuber, how are you celebrating Christmas? Because I saw one person, they had a great idea of doing 12 games, the 12 crap games of Christmas. And that's quite cool to me, because it's like the worst games, but they played them. And it's like, okay, that's cool. That's like an advent calendar. So should we talk about MCM? Let's talk about MCM. So right, I'm back. I had a quick break there, to be fine. So this won't make sense, because I was literally just if you're listening to this, you'll know that I just kind of like boop boop straight from one thing to the other. And if you're watching this, you won't see any difference, apart from like there was probably a little jitter from the VTuber model. But I put the heating on, so I'm really hot and warm now. It's really amazing. I needed it. Do you know how cold winter is? I hate it so much. It is cold and I don't like it. But I also got a cup of tea, and if you know me well, I love a good cup of tea. So this is going to help me out massively. So if you ever hear me have a pause to just say like this, I'm having a cup of tea. But I was about to talk about MCM. Okay, I've done MCM for years. I mainly did the London one. I didn't do much of the Birmingham one. I did it a couple of times. It wasn't like a big con that I've always kept doing every single time. But I used to do it here and everywhere, It's a good event. It's the second biggest in the UK, from my understanding. And the story behind it, I wasn't actually going to do it this year. I wasn't actually ever going to attend. I didn't have the time off. So, read into this what you will, whether life is being life, or whether it is just making things happen because I want to make things happen, or whatever you want to put it down to. But I got turned down from convention. Convention accepted me as a panel, and then oh, you're a VTuber, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna be there in person doing the panel, and they went, well, we don't want you. So I don't think they understand it. I don't think they read what I did for the panel. I don't know, and I really got upset about that, because I'd already made plans. I'd already gone like, okay, we're gonna go do this and this and this, and I'll be meaning to get back down to Wales, because Wales is such an awesome place to me. Wales matters a lot to me. It's a cool place. It's a really cool place, and I love it there. So it would be nice to go back, but and then I didn't get into MCM running a panel or artist or anything. So and I think I've told enough people, and I think we all know. MCM was a tough event for me. It was not. MCM London was a tough event for me. It wasn't what it hoped to be, which is a shame. I'm going to be transparent, and there's no point not being transparent. It was a tough event. It was a tough event for me. It is I know a lot of people will talk a load of bogus about it. Going, oh yeah, but no, it wasn't a great event for me, and I know that. It was tiring. You know what was the most tiring? It was traveling back to and from. Because hotels for these events go so much. I think when I looked, it was like $150 per night in any hotel. And we're just talking a simple Premier Inn. We're just talking a simple hotel with $150 per night. What the absolute fluff are we on here? Like, whoa. I'm always gone weird. Hang on, if you listen to this on Spotify or my other mediums. Yeah, there you go. So that was quite hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. It was. Oh no, I've got like what 2.5 hour, 2 hour traveling at least from the con back. But hey, we made it work, and there was no trains for any part. So what happened was, and this shows where life was at the moment, and we will go back to about Birmingham in a second. My car had broken down because I went over a pothole, and it destroyed the suspension springs. It destroyed one of my tires. And then I got told, oh yeah, you need to do all your brake pads because they're all about to break. And they weren't wrong. They were 95% worn. I do understand how brakes work. And it was stuff like that. Even the discs were broken. So it's like, okay. That might have been from the pothole. It might have been from just casual wear. I don't know. So I didn't have the car. So legit, what went right? Nothing. Nothing went right. It was hilarious. I got to meet amazing people. I got gifted some bread and a penguin plushie, which I called Phil. And Phil, the fluffy penguin, is still with me right here. Say hi, Phil. Good penguin. So I honestly appreciate the gifts and that, and I appreciate the people that I did meet from that event. Yeah, at MCM London. But obviously, it was a tough time during that. And there was a lot of things off stream. And then get denied from other conventions because they didn't like that as me. But I had a bit of a lifetime. It sounds stupid. I call it a lifetime, but had someone that's a good VTuber friend invite me, going, "Hey, look, do you want to do MCM? Do you want to stay around and do some MCM?" And I was like, "Oh yeah. I like the sound of this. I like the sound of this." But I didn't have the time off. And that annoyed me. Like, I can't do the event. I'm invited by a friend to go do something. That doesn't always happen. That's a very rare thing. When you get older, you don't realise, like, meeting up with friends as an adult is hard, man. Trying to work plans with people is hard. But I didn't have the annual leave. I magically have a course that appears, okay? Magically have a course that appears because some of my qualification things ran out for work, and I was like, oh, I could get the time off from this. So I blagged like anyone would blag, and we made it happen. And I thought that's really quite cool. I thought that was quite cool. I made it so I could go to MCM Birmingham, and I wasn't meant to. And yeah, I loved it so much. And okay, there was travel issues. I don't know if anyone saw pictures of the flooding down at Milton Keynes, but they were bad. You know what? When they say, "Oh, our train's cancelled because of trees on the line," yeah, that's a proper issue. Okay, cool. Oh, there's leaves on the line, and people go, "Oh no, that's not a proper issue." When they say flooding, you go, "Meh, well, I drove through floods." No, this was a proper flood. This was quite insane. It was like halfway up the train. Oh my god. Yeah. You know what? I don't blame him. Model, come back to me, man. Yeah. It was quite hilarious. So, you know what? I understand why there was maybe some train cancellations. And, it made it very difficult for us to get into and from the conventions at times. But, we made it work. And was it a fun event? Yes, it was. And was it an event that I needed? It really was. The people that let me stay around, to hang out with them and invited me to this, they mean the world to me. They are very important people. And legit, I had one of the best conversations I needed at the time when I was around there. And I don't know if they want to mention their names. And, it's part of why I'm not mentioning their names. I'm just saying, they meant a lot. And it helped me out so much this weekend. And I don't think they know how much it meant, and how much I needed it. But I did need it. And it really helped me out so much. And, yeah, it's really been humbling. It's been a humbling weekend. And I got to obviously meet people at the stalls. And I think this is a big thing is, outside of streaming, outside of the conventions, am I social? No, I don't really have any people to hang out with or do these sort of social things. So it's always quite difficult. But when it does happen, when I do have these, it means a lot. And when I do go around the conventions, I forget how many people I know and how many people enjoy what I do, And that's always quite nice. It's always really nice to get that reminder. And it's the same with streaming, and it's same with all of you. When when people mention about, oh my god, They've done the podcast again with Mojo. That's like the coolest thing ever, Pen. Oh my god, KPen's so cool. Yeah, you know what? It matters. Saying nice things matters a lot. So if you ever get the chance to do that to anyone, I am not saying say nice things to me. I just mean if there's anyone you think is awesome, tell them they're awesome. It can make their day, because it did to me. I had so many people at that convention do it. And, I need that. There's a lot of things I needed at that convention that really helped me. I'm not going to say spiritually, but emotionally, that really helped me out. And, I didn't really want to make the podcast all about me and all about all these emotional things. I actually wanted to do a bit more penguin news and bits like that. That's where originally the podcast was going to go, but, and talk about a bit more things about what I'm doing. It wasn't meant to be a bit of an emotional talk. It wasn't meant to be that at all. But I kind of have made it that way, and it is what it is. Whether, like I say, whether people enjoy this and want me to do more of this sort of thing, that's fine. If not, I don't care. This is an episode for me, because also it was not going to be a podcast because I didn't know what to talk about. I legit didn't know what to talk about, but I wanted to talk about MCM, about the wonderful people that remade the convention. And, one of the highlights was actually going to the Baldur's Gate panel. And it sounds stupid, okay? It sounds really stupid that, I don't play Baldur's Gate. I don't have an interest in playing the game, okay? There's too much text. It's not a pen sort of game, which doesn't mean it's a bad game. I appreciate what an awesome game it is and the impact it's had in the gaming industry and fans and everything. But getting to listen to people talking about it, okay, I when I was younger, I used to listen to people doing interviews. They used to talk. They talk, and they just talk about stuff. And, his main motivation. So I had that common interest, and it's why I love podcasts as a whole. And it's the reason why I wanted to do with my own podcast, because I have a passion about listening to people. People are interesting. People really just have so much to say, and it's always, I think in the modern world we do forget to listen so much. We do forget to listen to others, and when you take the step back, and I think it's maybe where the break helped, and maybe listening to these amazing voice actors that done such awesome stuff, being themselves and just talking about something they're passionate about, that really strung home to me. Oops, I nearly knocked over my mic again. I'm talking about this. It really matters strong to me, and and that's where I think, I enjoy podcasts, and where it's reminded me to maybe listen to a couple more, because I haven't listened to a lot of the podcasts I love for a while now. Actually, I used to listen to them at work, in the car, on the train, and stuff like that. Now I don't. And I really feel like I should be doing that. And the interview, the panel they did was fantastic. It was just pure talking about something that I didn't understand the game, but they were talking about themselves. They're talking about experiences, about the game experiences, and how much what they did matter. And I think that's one of the common themes from the break, was just creating. What you create does matter. It doesn't matter if it matters to one person, 2 people, 3 people, 1,000,000 people, 100 people. I don't know where I went from 3 to 1,000,000 to 100 to 1,000, but we get my point. It is creating matters, and if there's anything from this podcast, I want people. There's 2 things I want people to get from this, and this is kind of like the common themes that I want people to understand, and what I wanted to talk about. One is, there's people that think highly of you. There's people out there that love what you do, and that think that you are incredible. And I think that's something that everyone needs to kind of take a step back and look at, and go, hey, there is people that think you're freaking badass, and because of how badass you are, you should carry on being a badass and kick more freaking butt, okay? Because it matters. And the second thing is creating. If you want to create something, create it. If you have an idea and you've got the energy, you've got the time, if you've got the power to create what you are doing, then do it. Because don't think about the end result. Just as humans, we are born to create things, and just getting out that creation matters, okay? And if it wasn't for this break, I don't think I would have realised half this stuff, and it's taken me a step back to review a lot of things and look at myself, and look at life. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this podcast today, was because of how fresh MCM was, because how much of that energy that I had from these wonderful people that, invited me to come and to, let me hang out for the weekend. And the same with, like, listening to that panel. That panel stands in my brain, and there's people that I want to research from that, because they're interesting people. They're just, I may never ever play the game. I may never watch other people play the game again. But will I think that those people are amazing? Yeah, 100%. So, and how much what they did matter. Some of the stories they were mentioning, and I think that's the interesting thing, is they were mentioning people having these amazing stories from Baldur's Gate, from the game, from the art and bits like that. How it's inspired people. And I think even the small creators, we do that. And I don't think any of us realise that. I've had people mention it to me, and it's really struck home this week. It's really struck home that actually, you know what? I keep forgetting that, and I need to celebrate those wins more, and I need to do, because it does matter, and it's what's kept me going for so long as a streamer, as a VTuber. That's what's been helping me grow as a person. So, like I say, and this is how I'm ending it. This will be the last sentence of the podcast. Okay, I am not doing another. Well, I just did another sentence. Pen. Last sentence. Pen. Last sentence of the podcast is: remember, there are people that think you're a badass, and what you do inspires them, or they just love what you do, and you're kicking butt at life. And if you are going to create, whether it be art, whether it be streaming, whether it be games or whatever, do it. You get that idea out there, manifest that idea, and legit be the badass you're meant to be, and create what you create, because you are made to create awesome stuff. Boom. There we go. I didn't know what to say at the end there, but that's the last sentence. Well, this is the last sentence. No. I'm just going to hit end. If you've listened to this part of me rambling, I know you enjoyed it. Yeah, just come back to it later. Just come back to listen to it. If you ever need that inspiration again, this podcast will always be up. And I'll see you all next week for next week's session of the PenPen The NootCast. PenPen presents the NootCast. Wednesday, 12 o'clock-ish. This will be posted, and it will be posted again next week with another thing that I rant about. I don't want to talk about next week, but if you got ideas, tell me, because I need ideas. I need ideas of what to talk about. Anyway, right, that's it. Pen. End recording.